Meghan Markle, Prince Harry and those missing 90 minutes from the Oprah Winfrey interview. What has become of them and why, allegedly, are they so explosive? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. Thank you for your company today. Hope you're keeping well. Gosh, London's still warm. I don't know what we're going through here. I must have upset Greta with a video the other day. Climate change is taking over. It's a wonderful thing though to be in such pleasant weather at this time of year. I'm sure you'll all agree. If of course you have got pleasant weather, let me know what you're like where you're living. Perhaps it's already, well, autumnal and winter. Here though, there are clouds as ever gathering over those historic royal palaces. And it's always down to two people, Harry and Meghan. Now here's the deal. As we know, way back in March, Harry and Meghan sat down for that infamous interview opposite Oprah Winfrey. And that was 90 minutes of apparently, you know, the most explosive stuff, which turned out to be a bit of a damp squid, simply because everything is said was kind of almost, well, half true, half baked. Nobody really knows actually what is true anymore, simply because it does seem a bit of a mess. There are certain royal reporters that will stick to their version of the truth, you know, your truth, as Oprah Winfrey said. But what happened to the remaining 90 minutes and who do they belong to? Well, in a previous video, we told you actually that the footage itself is in a bit of a, well, minefield because they're not quite sure who it actually belongs to. Certain elements of it, particularly the rights elements, belong to Harry and Meghan. But what is in the interview that they decided that was, well, too explosive or too boring, depending on which version you believe, that they didn't screen? But here's the real truth on that particular story. What happened was this. As we know, Oprah Winfrey sat down for, well, 3 hours virtually opposite Harry and Meghan. Unlike a certain royal reporter, they did not plan this over a weekend. This was months in the planning. So both parties knew exactly the questions they were going to be asked, and some might say staged responses. But the reason why there is an unseen 90 minutes is nothing that spectacular really, is that a lot of the claims simply could not get past television lawyers. And I have to say here, allegedly. But what I've been told and what elements I've seen of these missing 90 minutes is simply some of the statements really without backup could not really be screened, because it wouldn't actually be the duo that would be sued, it would be the television company. That's how it works. Now, as I've told you many times here on the show, television doesn't really have that much money right now. So there were certain stories, certain answers, replies, looks, inquisitive sort of glances, that sort of stuff, that could not be kept in the final edit. So of course what they claimed was that this was Oprah's best interview of her career, and of course what we were seeing were the best 90 minutes. Now, one might say that Prince Harry's possibly going to try and resurrect some of those stories for his tell-all book. But as I told you the other day, that also will hit the buffers with a lawyer. Without backup, you simply can't make those outlandish claims. So finally, will we ever see that footage, the missing 90 minutes? Well, here's my surmise on that. It will simply be no, because there will be nobody who dared put that out. Now, it could get leaked online, or elements could get leaked online, and there's nothing they can do about that. But as everybody signed an NDA, and of course it was a very small team working on that particular project, I for one do not believe that we will see the missing 90 minutes anytime soon. Explosive as ever, more of a damp squid, but more embarrassment for Harry and Meghan. Neil Sean in the heart of London.